Hello guys and welcome everybody to today's update on Super Typhoon Surigae. And well, as you can see, the GFS has it completely wrong, as it is now a 900 millibar, 180 mile per hour monster. So this thing really took off overnight, way faster than I would have expected it to do. Excuse me. Um, as you can see, GFS has it as a 937, and as we all know, it's completely wrong now. This thing is working with 7 knots of shear, it looks like. So that's going to be continued support for intensification, but there seems to be evidence of an eyewall replacement cycle that is taking effect right now. So let me pull this up a little bit so we see where we're at. Let's go to 24, and here it says it's a 929 millibar system here and 10 knots of shear. So this is still conducive for some more development here. And as you can see, the Philippines are definitely going to get some outer bands from this system. So it's still a dangerous situation for the Philippines, but I don't think at this time it's going to be a direct landfall. But it all depends on what this high, this 1022 millibar high, does in the next couple of days. Whether Philippines get spared or the Philippines does not get spared. There's 48 hours. We're 2 days out. 934 millibars and only 9 knots of wind shear air. So this is it's still ideal. So let's hope that doesn't come to fruition here. And as you can see, as it makes it that turn to the north and east, it starts to weaken a little bit. But 6 knots of shear, and I'm sure it's still in like 28 or 29 degree Celsius waters. So I mean, who knows what it's gonna do at that point in time? Here's 96 hours, and it's a 946. So it's slowly starting to wind down here at 4 days. It's still definitely a major typhoon here. Only 3 knots of shear, so that's still ideal. We're just gonna have to see what happens with this going forward. And as you see, there's a little bit more weakening going on here as we go to 5 days out here exactly. And 8 knots of shear. So the GFS really got this one wrong. So I'm just showing you guys what the future could be, but it's definitely not accurate. So take this all with a grain of salt. We just gotta wait to make sure what the high pressure does going forward. All right, here is the European here, and as you can see, well, this is zero C, so this might be right. It might be right. So we're gonna go at 24, and there is a 945 millibar major typhoon that is right on the doorstep of the Philippines. Um, we want to take this very seriously in the Philippines. We don't know, how the patterns are going to be in the coming days, and I really hope to God that this high weakens so we can head straight up north and east, so you guys can get spared from this. I know after you guys got Goni last year, this is the last thing you guys need at the moment. All right, so here's 48 hours out. As you can see, it's starting to strengthen a little bit more. The waters and wind shear are still conducive in these areas for additional strengthening, and that's the scary part here. Um, After the eye wall replacement cycle, yeah, it's going to weaken a little bit, but it might strengthen again to another like 180 mile per hour system. So we're just going to have to pay attention to this going forward. Here's 72 hours out, and it's 938 millibars, and it looks like it's skirting the Philippines there, just a little bit. And here's 4 days out, and it looks like it's right on the tip of the Philippines, northern islands. So there on the northern islands, at least the northern islands, the northern half of the Philippines, you guys got to be paying attention to this. And here is day 5, and it looks like the high is weakening just a little bit, so it can start making that turn to the north. So it's all about the timing of this high pressure, and anything can and will change in the next 5 days. So let's keep that in mind. Here are the sea surface temperatures where Surigae is, and as you can see, there's 29s and 30 degrees Celsius waters here for it to feed on. And with the wind shear, the way that it is very low, I don't see why after this eye wall replacement cycle that is taking effect slowly right now that there couldn't be more intensification of this system. So we're just gonna have to really watch out and pay attention to what's going on here. So here is a satellite loop of Surigae, and as you can see, this thing is a monster. The cloud cover of Surigae is overshadowing the whole of the Philippine islands here. So that's a big canopy of clouds here that Surigae has to offer. And as you can see, some of the outer rain bands are making their way into the Philippines right now. So you guys could be looking at some heavy rains, some high winds, and all that stuff that comes with the outer bands. As you guys know, with each outer band that comes in, it's heavier and more windy with each passing outer band that comes through. So the next like 12 to 24 hours are very pivotal here for the Philippines. As you can see, it's round and it's it's a monster here. It's 180 miles per hour with 900 millibar pressure. So we could see this go under sub 900. We could not. It just depends on what this eye wall replacement cycle does. Here's another view of Surigae, and as you can see, it's a buzzsaw. The buzzsaw effect is real with this one. And as you can see, at the end of the day, it took not the end of the day, but the end of the radar loop. It took a westward wobble here, so we got to really pay attention to see if this is a trend or just a temporary thing as we go forward in time, because this is gonna really matter. These wobbles here are really gonna matter when it comes to the Philippines, and whether you guys get the medium effects of the typhoon or all of the effects of the typhoon. So only time will tell what this thing will do in the next couple of days. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. I will be back again later today with an update on tropical depression, another tropical depression that is in the Western Pacific. So stay tuned for that. You guys have a nice day.